What's up, dudes? I'm Kosal, your local dungeon master.
Ready yourselves, man. We storm Hasbro at dawn.
Whoa, sorry, that's for a different video. Writing a completely new campaign can seem like a daunting task for the fledgling game master, but it's actually easier than you might think. Players are stupid, dumber than a bag of rocks. Unless you happen to be a player watching this video. You're one of the smart ones. Oh look, there's Karlach.
Go get her, boy.
Go!
Like moths to a flame.
You see, campaigns can easily be broken up into a beginning, middle, and end. And as long as you can adapt to your situation, you got it in the bag, youngin'. So here's a few tips to help you on your journey. Why don't we take a chat in my office real quick?
Man, you doing it, man. You deserve it, Daddy. You putting in that work. Proud of you. I love you.
Oh God, sorry. We sublease this place with some other people. Whew, that was a close one. This is a door you want to be in. Now, in the beginning, regardless of experience, I always recommend starting with a pre-generated campaign that fits with your homebrewed story. This is the only time you ain't gotta worry about planning specific things. The party's still trying to get to know each other. With a pre-gen, you don't gotta worry as much about planning each session. Instead, you can focus on lore, special NPCs, big booby anime girls.
I'm a savage! Oh! I'm a savage! Whatever I want, I'm going to get! Whatever I want, I have to get!
I don't care, do whatever the hell you want. As a DM, you're gonna have stressful moments when it comes to planning sessions. Might as well make the most of things and keep the beginning simple. If you want to keep in line with your own lore, just change up the name of things. Waterdeep? More like the Coast of Fortune. Lost Mines of Phandelver? The Dark Chasms of Sanctuary. The Underdark? Atlanta. Trust me, a good DM doesn't steal their story, but they are really good at paraphrasing things. The beginning gives you time to make things up and not have to worry about intricate storylines. It's all about laying little traps around your players that you can tie in and use for later in your campaign. The best part? You don't gotta use everything. Just pick a random plot point later to build off of and your players will start thinking you're a genius. And don't you worry, because most people are gonna forget about these details anyways. But what if you got a person that's taking notes the entire time? Even better. Now you don't even have to pick a plot point. They've basically written an entire journal full of things you can gaslight your players with. They'll start making notes of things they think are important. Use that to your advantage and twist their minds to make them think they're onto things you've created. In reality, they just gave you new story hooks. Now, watch me make this shot. Ay, no mames, wey. The middle of your campaign is gonna be a wacky one. Mainly because, just like your players, you're not gonna know what the hell is happening. By this time, most of your players will torn apart your story so much, it might as well be an anime fanfiction written by a depressed güerita from Iowa. Mis amigos, this is where you truly begin to develop your skills as a dungeon master. You're gonna be spewing so much bullshit out of your mouth, you might as well hire Meek Mill as your PR guy. A la verga, lo siento, my friends. I've been watching a lot of P. Diddy memes lately. This is where your improv is key. Without railroading, you're gonna have to learn to make things up on the fly. Just focus on getting your players from point A to B. But you gotta read it like the last person you want picked during popcorn reading time in tu escuela. Hurry up, Jeremiah! Take your time, ese. The middle of the campaign is where all your meat comes from. Puta madre, you don't wanna undercook or overcook your carne asada. That's one way to ruin the party for everyone. A lot of things are gonna happen in the middle, especially character development. Find ways you can assist your players in achieving their character goals, or introduce shadowy figures from their past. It's also where you start to get your players to want to finish the storyline, because now it's important to their characters. You've gotten them to commit to the storyline because you've dragged them down with your little sausage claws. This is where you allow them to push a story for you, and if they're particularly dumb, just have a related NPC nudge them in the right direction. Listen, my dear viewers, it's not railroading if you're manipulating them. If that doesn't work, just try it again later on a different player. You know what? We should patent this idea. This is actually a pretty good idea. What? What do you mean somebody already patented it? Nickelodeon? It's called the Schneider Shuffle? Well, I don't care who this Dan fella is. You know what? Sorry. I gotta go make a phone call. I'll be back. motherfucker. I'm surprised you make it here. Like 40% of the dungeon masters, they give up their campaign around this point. Either they get too stressed out, or something happen in real life, like a new job, or somebody forget what a condom is. Shibarasaki, huh? But if you make it here, it's gonna be the best feeling of your life. It's like the greatest edge session of your romance. It reminded me of one time with your Oma. Never mind, too much detail. Everything in your story will lead up to this moment. Be proud, just like your pride in Korea. You have to tie up every loose end so that there is a satisfying conclusion. Maybe go into details about the party favorite NPCs or what happened to the world around them. And if you do your job correctly, there may even be tears. Look at him cry. Reminded me of Japan after the economy crash. Everybody has spent so much time with these characters. That's why I recommend letting the players tell you what their characters do in the epilogue. Just like me and your Oma. Just because I finish doesn't mean she is. This is your time to take a backseat as a DM and let your players give their character impacts on your world. Maybe have them tell their story a few years after the ending. But if everyone die in the last session, then maybe you can clear it all up in any question your party has, or reuse it in your next campaign. Just like Budejige, it's all mixed up. They won't know the difference. Appa out. So yeah, creating a campaign isn't all that. Take your time and react accordingly to the situations your players give you. Even if you meticulously plan for things, there's inevitably going to be moments that you won't expect. It's all about understanding your players and knowing the right way to respond to them. In my experience, bullet points tend to work a lot better than writing an entire session before a game. As you continue to play, your improv skills are bound to improve, or you'll become a really bad person with all the gaslighting skills you'll pick up. And the best part is, you don't have to spend 50 grand to get a theater degree to be better at it. Anyways, enjoy the ride. It's gonna be a long one. Take it slow, and eventually you'll be DMing with the best of them. Speaking of rides, my Uber's here now. I'll catch y'all on the flip side. Oh man, y'all would not believe the day I just had. Just had to teach a bunch of dinguses how to write a D&D campaign, and they gave me 1,000 subscribers for it. What a bunch of schmucks. Hey, wait a minute. You're not my drivers.
Cause P. Diddy be wanting to party, and you gotta tell him no.
Oh God. No. Please. No. Oh God.